Hi guys, finally finished my second 8x5 inch creative journal and happy it's done, but now it's time to do the to do the entire cover. So just putting some gesso down for the edges there because I'm going to attach some papers. And I must say, it's a bit awkward with that closure there, that elastic closure, and it looks really dirty, so I might have to wrap something around it to strengthen it, I think, and make it look a bit cleaner. So I just adding now some tan coloured acrylic paint. And now using the Maremi SmallArt backgrounds paper here. This was part of the freebie at the back of the book, so I thought, yep, why not? I'll use some of that. Now I needed to cut a hole in there so that I could attach this piece in full where that closure was. So that's how I did that. And now just adhering it down with some gel medium. And the reason I use gel medium, particularly on the cover, is because it's a thicker application, thicker medium. So, yep, done that. And yeah, drying it off between each piece was a pain. Now I wanted to put that in there, so I decided I'd cut it as well so that it'd fit in there nicely, and silly me, it sort of stuck to the page because I hadn't dried the gel medium too well. So anyway, instead of adding some text, I thought I'd add some Tim Holtz tissue paper there, just for a bit more bit more texture, bit more interest. So yeah, I do end up ripping her and the butterfly, so oh well, it happens. And you really can't tell. You have to look really close to be able to tell. So yes, there we go. Ripped it. Yeah, so this was a pain having to dry each. Yep, here we go. Why am I lifting that up? Don't know. But anyway, she's down now. Yeah, because of all, and you will see all the stencils and paint that I used and having to dry it after each. Now I just put a bit of a little plastic baggie in there so it that closure didn't stick to the page. And now here I go with all the Tim Holtz stencils I'm using this time. So this one's the ornate stencil in the grey, and then I thought I'd add some green, so using the flourish stencil there. Yep, trying to keep her a bit clean. She doesn't stay that way, I must say. And now coming in with the mosaic stencil, and I'm trying to use the same colours that I see in the actual little, well, the background paper and the image. So, and now in a soft peach with the brickwork. This was a double stencil, like half of it was the brick and the other half was like the crocodile or something. So, and this one's the lace stencil, again coming in with a peach. And okay, here's the dot fade. Love this one. I usually I tend to use the white with the dot fade, but for some reason had this colour in the lineup and thought, oh well, may as well use it. And I go in a minute just with the sponge and some white acrylic paint. So just to give it a bit of texture and a bit more brightness. Yeah, fairly happy with how she turned out. And pretty much I continued that on the back and the inside front cover. So just going around it now with some walnut stain distress oxide ink, and then I add some antique linen inside that, and then some tattered rose. So once I get this over and done with, this front one, I will put some music on and let you watch the whole process. It's sped up, so it's not that bad. So that's the front cover. I didn't put any text on it. I want to put volume 2 on it because this is my second one that I've done. And I probably will end up doing that, well, on the spine maybe. But we'll see about that. Now, if you want just to continue on to the end, I'll put a time link in the description to point you to that section. But just for now, I'll be back in a sec. I wanted to let you know that I didn't do too much to the spine of the cover, just added a little bit here and there. But I did want to do the front, and I didn't do anything to that pocket on the side yet. I might add some paper or something to it later, but for now I think that's all. It's fine. Um, so I think I used the the first 8x5 creative journal I did was very grunge and vintagey and really dark, so I wanted this one to be a bit brighter. So that hence the colours, and also the fact that I've been trying to do some collage, learning how to collage, and I think this book will make me go back and work on it. I think, just see what I've done and see where I need to go, and hopefully I grow. So I thought it's too hard to put a single, do a page on these covers, the back and the front single pieces, so I just glued them to the covers. So, and then that's it, I'm done. Okay, and here's some close-up pics, and you can see pretty much most of the layers there, which I'm happy about. So anyway, and she did get a bit dirty, a little bit splotchy there, and you can't notice the rip in the butterfly. But anyway, that's it. The next video will probably be a flip through of the journal. So until then, see you next time. Bye, guys.